thank you for coming here. If you come to a session just after a great party at 9 a.m. in the morning, it means that you are really, really interested. And I really am gratified by your interest, so thanks for coming. My name is Kumar Ashutosh. You can call me Ashu. I manage the customer service, agent experiences, and channel integration charter. With my team, I help build the effortless customer service experience with Dynamics 365. That's a very loosely used term, but I will tell you how we are trying to make it really effortless. And what are we doing in our next generation agent experiences and channel integrations. Here is a quick overview of agenda that we will talk about. And the first thing that we'll talk about is the unified service desk. How many of you are aware of it? Great. And then we'll talk about the Dynamics 365 channel integration framework, the agent experiences, and the channel integration. So we'll just go through a very high-level overview of what an effortless customer service actually entails. As I said, it's a very loosely used term, but actually when you say effort, you have to quantify it into three broad categories. The first one is the organizational effort, the effort that an organization makes in terms of money, time, and resources spent to provide a good customer service. Then the effort made by the customer to actually get the service delivered. And the third thing is the effort made by the agents or the employees to deliver that service. These are the three broad pillars in which we are trying to improve. And why the customer service is important is nothing that I really need to emphasize on. It's the pivot of all your customer relations. It helps you attain more customers, generate new promoters. Take an example of the customer service at a retail banking scenario, and it can be clearly extended to anyone else as well. You have a branch, you have contact center, you have certain direct channels coming in where people are directly reaching out to you and you are reaching back to the people. Then you have an internal system where you want to manage the organizational details, you want to strategize. So we have these four areas in which we want to digitally transform and make it more and more effortless. And for branch experience, you have the Power Apps, which can be easily created. The contact center experience, at present we have USD and CSS, the customer service hub. We'll talk, this session is purely focused on this green one. For the direct channels, you have email, voice, chat, and SMS that you might have heard or seen in the omni-channel session that was presented a few days ago. We are also working on the bring your own channel story, which I will be talking about in channel integrations. And for the internal management, the managers or CSM or the business leaders, they can go to the Power BI dashboard and look at the sanctity and how their whole organization is working. Apart from that, and the underlying layer of the CRM customer service, there is a guided process that we provide, the business process workflows, which helps you resolve cases fastly, smoothly, and in accordance to your compliance rules. There are customer insights that you can derive on basis of where your hot paths are there, who is doing what are the biggest reasons for the customer service requests coming in. Then there is a knowledge-based integration that we are working diligently on. We have queues, which you can, departments can be divided. You can assign queue work items to your queues, and you can use them for clearly differentiating and separating the concerns, who is working on what. And then you have bulk email sending workflows and many more scenarios. So if we see the customer service as the retail bank, this is how we try to transform, and this is just a peek into that. But let's focus into the contact center experience. And before I go to that, let me try to put out a maxim, a philosophy. What is the most important thing in a customer service? Because the industry itself can be very, very similar to what we know as hospitality industry. I always take a parallel there. Because in the hospitality industry, the quality of the inn is as important for the customer as the behavior of the innkeeper, right? In the customer service, when your customers are calling, there is a very high chance that the customers are already dissatisfied, frustrated, that's why they have called you or reached out to you. In that case, what does matter most? How do you derive higher customer satisfaction? How do you turn around that? At the pivot, at the center of that is your agent. Now, there is a very simple logic behind how an agent can be more productive and better working. And that I call as people enjoy what they do best. People enjoy what they do best, and they do best what they enjoy. If your agents, they enjoy their work, if their emotional journey is very happy, they will do their work better because they are always faceted with very tough customers who are having problems. So the emotional journey of the agents is paramount for the productivity of the agent. Now, what impacts this? In a typical contact center scenario in the world, we have so many diverse products that people are using at present. 90% of the organizations, agents work on more than one application. They have CRM, they will take notes, they will have Excel, they have LOB applications built custom for their own needs. There is a Bing search or any search engine for doing internet-based searches. There are email clients to receive mails, send emails. There are soft phones or even hard phones which are on the desktop. There is a knowledge base which can be dynamic CRM integrated on SharePoint or in a third-party website or in your local folders for that case. And there is definitely a note-taking activity. So these are the sample applications, and there can be more. So let us take the emotional journey of Lisa. She starts her day pepped up that I have to do well, I have to achieve my KPIs, I have to minimize my average handling time. She starts at green. She goes on call, a customer calls her, she probes, what is the problem? And when there is a probing, after that she has to identify that customer. There is generally an ID and verification flow in which you validate that the customer is right. So she tries to identify, and that is where she faces her first hurdle of the day, where she has to move to another application in banking and finance industry. These applications are, or in any other industry for that case, these applications are built long time ago, and they want to retain that. So she has to switch application, and that is where there is her emotion dips because she doesn't have anymore the single pane of glass. Now, at the same time, what happens is someone else reaches out, she has another chat coming in, and she has to address that person as well. Now she has to switch between multiple sessions and multiple applications at the same time. They are not contextual, and that makes it error prone. Imagine someone calling for banking and financial services and you sending data, or wrong information from one customer to another customer. That is not only a mistake, that's a security issue. How do we address that? And Lisa, who is at the pivot of it, where the buck stops, she is always under that threat that I am going to make mistakes. She is constantly under pressure as soon as the second session arrives. Now, after identification, she verifies using some other application or maybe sending out back a chat or some token or asking for a birth date or something. And then starts another big process. Most of the organizations have very diverse and complex process suited to their needs and suited to their regulatory requirements of the nation they are operating in. And the agents, the industry is like that they are not necessarily experts in that field. They are not very high-level expert. The contact center industry generally works with some trained people who get some onboarding time, but they are really not deep into that industry regulations. They don't get that much time. But they have to operate at lightning speed because they have to deliver the services very fast. So these complex and diverse workflows, for account opening there is different, for a credit card issue there is different workflow, and it just confuses them. It's not possible to remember. And then she doesn't know how to solve it, or she has problems trying to solve it. There is no assistance, there is no way she can reach out to her supervisor. Generally, I have seen people raising up their hands in contact center and asking for supervisor to come to help. They don't know where to search. There is no automated search or direction. But somehow, let's assume that she has resolved the process. Her emotional journey, which had taken a dip, goes up, slightly up, but then she has to do that post-call activity. And this is something that we generally disregard, but that is also an important part, because she has to meet all those audit requirements. She has to copy paste those notes and everything from different application and put it into the single source of truth, maybe CRM in this case. And these are repetitive and mundane actions. She doesn't like doing it, and because she is copying, pasting from a different context, different session, different application, these are error prone. And she makes mistakes due to typing and all those things, and the quality of data that goes back into the system is questionable. Now, I summarized, and this keeps on repeating. This is the first day, start of the day. She keeps on repeating. The same graph is repeated over and over again with higher amplitude. And at the end of the day, the contact center agents are frustrated, and the customers they are servicing do not have a higher satisfaction. And there is another persona, Maria. Maria is customer service manager. With the agents she has got, she's tracking these particular 4 challenges. She has to look at the agent productivity. She has to ensure that the agents are resolving cases faster. She has to work on the average handling time. She has high training costs, because every time a new agent, this is an industry, has a high attrition rate, as you might know. So every time a new agent comes, she has to train it all over again. She wants retention as well. And at the same time, with all these, she has to adhere to process compliance. And then her performance is judged on not only this, but on customer satisfaction as well, average handling time, how many first call resolution happens, how productive is the team in general, what is the service level, and what are the abandonment rate, that the calls are not being picked or not being routed to the right agents. So Maria has another problem. So whole of the contact center industry is kind of fighting these problems, and that is where we said that the unified service desk is extremely important in a scenario where you have diverse applications, particularly line of business applications. I have been to contact centers, I have been to organizations where they are still using some emulators based on mainframe systems built long time ago, and the idea is they will continue to use it, they want to continue to use it while they try or plan their migration to the cloud-based systems. But that migration cannot be a turn off and on switch. There has to be a bridge to that story. Where is that bridge? Where is that bridge that connects the 2 worlds, the cloud world, the online thin client world, and the on-prem scenario of having a line of business application in the single pane of glass? So let me try to demonstrate this. And while I'm just trying to start up the stuff, so what I will do is I will start unified service desk in my machine and try to show you how a general workflow goes. How many have seen unified service desk demos before? This demo will look a lot familiar to you, but I'm sure that you have not seen this demo if it works. Let's say a quick prayer to all the gods and Mr. Murphy. Okay, let me switch to this, and I hope it works. Can you see something? This is how the Unified Service Desk looks now. If you had looked at it like 6 months ago, it was very web client compatible. The design, look and feel was very different. The Unified Service Desk has been redesigned on the basic theming and others to fit to our needs of the modern and millennial workforce. It is more reactive. The color schemes are also designed to that, and we have improved on the look and feel in general. I hope it works. Let me try to simulate a call. This is just a call simulator. So you see a notification coming up, call request from Jim. That means the call was figured, the USD has already figured out the call request is coming. So the agent is already prepared that who is calling and from where. When I accept, oh, I have not signed it, seems. So what happens is automatically it went and popped up and started the Jim Glenn's session. So this is what we call a session inside Unified Service Desk, which has got a concept of session tab, and inside that automatically associated cases and Jim Glenn name has been opened. Now the contact name, if you see at the side, there is a summary deck which actually loads very fast, and it gives you a very brief summary of sorry, I had to put myself off actually. This gives a brief summary of okay, we're better now. I hope so. I said Murphy's Law, right? It's, by the way, it's, I think, 7:30 or 7:30 or something in India on Friday. So the context session started, and the cases and other things have already been opened. Let me try to go to this existing service request, and I will try to verify the customer info, the identification and verification system. And what it will do is, it will open the customer information system. Very interesting, this is an EXE running on this machine. So this is what I was talking about. You can actually integrate an actual line of business applications with Unified Service Desk within the same single pane of glass where your cloud is Dynamics CRM and Dynamics 365 based properties are running. And we are able to pass Jim Glenn's information back into this system, get this basic report, and this is just a sample. So I go ahead and I select a case. I hope it doesn't ask me to log in again. Yeah, it asks me. So I see what are the different cases, and I went here and I then picked something, device overheating. And I see a case here open, and this fairly, if you notice, it is fairly faster than earlier, right? The case is unloading fairly faster than earlier. And automatically that case I have selected, if you noticed, the KB search on the side has been automatically rendered with this device overheating search. And there are related KBs already available. Now agent has got now assistance how to do it without even actually typing things or doing anything. So this is the power of UI automation that we are taking from device overheating to the KB search, and we are automatically doing that. So agent is ready with that information when she's working on something. Now, suppose she wants to take a line of business application, a quick look at what is happening on internet about similar problems. So she just by a click, she is doing a Bing search and she is still in the same application. She has done not a single application switch. And if you see, I have been clicking on only one area. This is called call script, which is the agent guidance. This can be actually transformed into your process workflows, and it can be multiple according to your needs. So you just need to pivot your UI automations around this call guidance, and once your call guidance is available, you keep clicking on that. Agent doesn't need to even learn things or process workflows, and automatically the data is passed between different applications. Now I select one of them. It will probably ask me to cancel that again, but not a problem. So I just selected a KB and I clicked on send email, and look at what it has done. It is able to create a draft email according to my requirement, regarding a particular case. And then I can go ahead and I can go to my particular device overheating, and you can update that email to put all those drafts, whatever templates, pull a certain templates, pull KB details and stuff. And then you can update the notes saying customer called, and as I click on update notes, it will automatically refresh the timeline. This is the power of the new unified interface that Microsoft has in Dynamics 365, where different pieces can be refreshed separately. And then I go ahead, I'm not resolving the case at present. Customer has just called me. I'll close the session and I'm back. So this way, what happened was I was able to move through a whole call flow without actually switching application, and I was clicking actually in only one part of the world. Now, this helps the agent in going through the flows quickly, process compliance, integrating across multiple applications. I can work with my line of business application and this as well. But you must have seen similar demos in past, right? What is the difference here? This is running on Edge. USD was earlier working on Internet Explorer, for those who are knowing this. This is running on Edge. So we have brought the Edge into Unified Service Desk as well. Now, let me switch back to my presentation and quickly tell you about what are the different value props that you just saw, and in general our software provides. The first one is the integrated agent desktop concept, where you can integrate across line of business application, Dynamics CRM, your own requirement, agent workflows, sessions and stuff in the single pane of glass, which aids your agent productivity a lot. The second one is the session management. Although there can be multiple incoming sessions, and these sessions are arranged according to session tabs, and all the data inside that sessions are contextual. You do not need to worry about which session, where you were, the call script, the KB, and everything will align according to this particular session. So you do not need to worry about who you are sending what data if you stick to the standard call script guidance. The agent guidance, the powerful thing that I showed you, which becomes the pivot of your organizational process, and that is the process according to which you design your whole unified service desk solution. So this is a sample one. You can actually have multiple. So do you see a small drop down there? The drop down can give you multiple options. You can have actually drop downs allocated, automatically picked on basis of incoming call, pick that call for chat, pick that call for, pick that call script for phone, something for email. So all this can be done. The centralized management is because you can create these configurations at one place and you can distribute it. We have built on things like configurations where you can divide different experiences into different users. And then it is omnichannel. It is actually a true omnichannel system. You see the screenshot of CafeX based chat phone here, chat widget here, and this can actually be integrated with absolutely any provider in the world. Why I say it omnichannel is because it is a truly omnichannel system. It does not care what is the channel provider. It really does not. If you have an adapter written according to Unified Service Desk agents and events-based framework, it will work. And then it's an intelligence system. This is a very nice demo built by Jeff, one of our solution professionals. And this, I really love this because this indicates the power of the platform. Here, what he is doing is he has integrated the lobby entrance of the camera, and then with the Unified Service Desk in a hospitality industry. So whenever your guest arrives, you are already your service desk or the, wherever you are signing in, they are already aware of who has come, what are the predictions according to them, according to the person, and you can have all those things. You can actually track them and where he is there, prepare for things as soon as he reaches the property. So that helps it a lot. And this is just an example of intelligence systems. Now let me tell you, Unified Service Desk was built and designed way back before these even became the terminologies. There was no ML then, there was no, or it was very nascent at that time. There was no intelligence systems based applications at that time. But the power of the platform is such that it can integrate with absolutely everything. Now, let me give a very quick overview of what are the highlights from the latest releases. We have worked heavily on performance scenarios. We have tried to minimize all the issues. USD rarely crashes these days. We have improved a lot on the performance side. We have a lot on the usability side as well, as you saw. Automated diagnostic report generation, and which means that whenever there is a problem inside Unified Service Desk, you will always see a report generated which you can share with us, and we have built centralized diagnostic systems. If there are web applications which are faulty, because we allow integrations with absolutely anyone, any web application or line of business which can be written in older times. So if they crash, your partner solutions have, let's say, a bug, because we are human, we can make mistakes. Then we have a way that agents can recover. They are not really jeopardized when they are in a call. We have safeguarded APIs, which makes it difficult for USD to be crashed or hanged. We have made the CRM page loads faster. The accessibility is a key aspect, and particularly it is a productivity tool when it comes to Unified Service Desk and contact center experience, because people who are working with keyboards are definitely faster than people who are working on mouse, right? And we have built the 9.0 support. We are GDPR compliant. We have security and compliance support, and that is why you were seeing that alert that it is going, session is going to be signed out, so please sign up again. So that is some kind of message that we provide to our users when there is automatically inactivity timeout on that particular window. So what's new in the version 0 or 4.0? 4.0 was released in August. We'll have next versions coming in future, but this is a quick summary. This is the unified interface in Unified Service Desk. You see the whole look and feel has been redesigned. It doesn't look like Unified Service Desk of yore. And we have application toolbars, we have session tabs, we have more card-based contact summary, we have more interactive agent scripts which actually shows where you are, and we have nodes inside that. We have KPIs that you can integrate at the bottom layer, and you can provide feedback to us directly. We have NPS integrated into the system. We have automated KB search that I showed you, and then the whole unified interface forms can be loaded inside the which we have also moved our admin experiences to unified interface. The way you configure has changed. It is now new. You can still continue to use the web client till it is there, but this is the new way where we administer things. For people who are on the older organizations who are using different on USD previous versions and are on 8.2 have built solutions around that, what we have built an assistant tool which takes your solution on the previous organizations and helps you migrate to 9.2 and unified interface, so that you do not need to write a lot of code and need to build a whole solution all over afresh. So if you have a customer who is looking for migration of unified service desk to next version, it will be, this is the tool that assists. This is a common feedback that we received, that by mistake, particularly with keyboard accessibility, people press the cross button in unified service desk and it just goes away without warning. So what we have built is, there is an organizational switch by which you can turn up this one, that whether you want to close the unified service desk application or not when it is pressed by mistake. It's just a prevention of accidental closure. Then there is a stack notification concept. If you see, there are multiple notifications stacked. This helps you in the sessions. If you are managing multiple sessions, it helps you organize this notification at the same place. And you can go ahead, pick one of them, accept or reject. And then, what's coming new? As I showed you in the demo, the next big thing is Edge inside unified service desk. The Edge is, with our performance tests, Edge is definitely faster than IE, nothing to say there. It is better supported, it's faster, it's more modern websites are there. It has different support of the more modern technologies as well. And then we will take this unified interface to GA. And apart from that, we'll also give you a performance analyzer tool, so that if you are in the development community or you are in a partner community, this will be a great thing when you are building something. Even the customers can go ahead when they report an issue, their IT admin can go ahead, run the USD in a performance mode. The performance mode can be turned on dynamically without needing to restart. Agents can keep on working and you can just turn it on by some switches. Or you can just run it in the performance mode from the beginning if you want to benchmark certain scenarios. Once you do that, there are some reports generated, you pass it through a tool, you get an HTML report, very easily readable, with very nice timeline graphs, which shows you exactly where the problem is. Because it's a plethora of applications that are put into the single pane of view, we need to identify and watermark who is contributing to what. And that is where it will help to focus where you can optimize, improve. Now, this is an important thing that we need to keep in mind, where best practices for unified service desk deployment upgrade. Adhere to the system requirements. Go ahead, have a look at what your system requirements it's a very open platform, but as the uncle of Spider-Man said, with great power comes great responsibility. So you adhere to the system requirements. Unified service desk just provides you a single pane of glass, right, to look at multiple applications. Now, if your applications are taken together of 16 GB, you cannot run USD on a 4 GB machine. So be aware of how you are running, how your agents are going to use it. There is a best practice analyzer tool that you can run on your system to see how you are doing according to our best practices and recommendation. You can benchmark according to with the tool that we have provided. You can identify and prioritize workflows. Do not try to automate everything right in the first go. It's best to automate in steps, and all automations should be around your call scripts. There should not be multiple clicks. If the organizations that do it that way, where they pivot their automations around call scripts, they do better in the productivity. When you have to upgrade, it's a thick client. I know upgrade is an issue, and it becomes sometimes challenging, but best way to upgrade is piloting the teams. You start with small pilots. We have a configuration option where you can identify pilot configurations. If you want to make some changes, push it out to some small set of groups of users, let them use it, provide the feedback, and then you can, of course, upgrade. And of course, train people for diagnostics. And I don't ask you to train your agents for diagnostic, train people for diagnostics in the sense that the users should be at least aware of where the dumps are, how to turn on the performance mode if required. That's all. And with this, I'll take a small pause and let you ask questions on Unified Service Desk, if any, and I'll move then to Dynamics 365 Channel Integration Framework. Any question, guys? And it's a limited audience. We can have a very straightforward discussion. Cool. Let's move to Dynamics 365 Channel Integration Framework. So I told you we are the contact center experience is built around two parts, the USD where you work with line of business applications, and the second part is the thin client version where we have CSH, the customer service hub. Now, this is what we have done in the customer service hub just to provide an overview. We have interactive dashboards now, which is different from before. You can have all those cases and everything that you can slice and dice. You have visual filters just to go and focus on stuff that you require. And this is more reactive, more well-designed, and according to more modern standards. Then we have a case management workflow that the whole guidance is there at present, and then you can keep moving through guidance even if you don't use Unified Service Desk call scripts. You can use the standard thin client BPF to do that. And these are the ways you can see where we are on the timeline and what is going on. And the timeline will provide you a summary of the customer interactions that have happened in past on the same case. And there is a concept of a reference panel in the customer service hub. The reference panel will give you idea of recent cases. It helps the agent get what has the recent cases by the same contact. Then you can have KB search associated in inline, and then you have all those similar cases widget. The KB search is very powerful because it takes the data from the case and it searches it automatically and provides you all the related KBs inline. And we'll see that. This is how it automatically defective item delivered, and automatically the search happens right in line inside the thin client. And then we have worked on the knowledge management authoring as well. We have a very rich text KB editor. You can have a designer, you can do it in HTML, you can preview it. It's a lot better than how you used to author KB earlier. And you can do it on phone as well, right? So in general, the whole unified interface is very reactive. It's suited to all form factors, and it's better designed than the previous ones. So with that in mind, let us put a very small challenge to all the customers of Dynamics 365 who want a thin client experience, who do not have very complex line of business applications, but they want to integrate their customer service hub with communication channels. What are the problems they face at present? It requires long implementation cycles. Even partners have to go ahead, and it requires development, some work to be done. There are some unsupported customizations that people take out. There is thick client. USD is a thick client, which means there is a tight coupling with the products that you build. And upgrade and serviceability issues because of the thick client nature. This is standard problems that we observed. And that is why we introduced this Dynamics 365 Channel Integration Framework. What is this? It provides you a set of APIs that enables developers and partners to build immersive communication experiences. And I say immersive because you are still in the CSH, the Customer Service Hub, and I'll show you how. And the third-party widgets provided by actually any partner now can go ahead and they can interact and they can keep on running their widgets in their own cloud or partner cloud or the organizational cloud, and they can go ahead and embed inside Dynamics 365 and interact it. It also provides associated admin and agent experiences. Benefits are, of course, it is zero footprint, it is cloud-based, there are no adapters required, nothing has to be installed on agent desktop. Standardized integration, we provide you standard APIs to do this. You can bring your own channel provider. This helps the customers a lot. They can go ahead, pick their channel providers, one for chat, one for SMS, another for something else, and it allows all the partners enough democratized opportunity to play with Dynamics 365. There is no more stickiness which comes with the thick client that, hey, you have spent a long development cycle and you have to stick with that. Most of the partners have the ready-made soft phones or widgets which can be very easily integrated, and I will show you how. And of course, all the things are, the go lives are very fast. There is no implementation cycle. You just go to the app source, just upgrade it or download it, and it's ready. A lot of talk about it. Why don't I just show you what it is? And again, let's say a small prayer to Murphy. So guys, this is what the channel integration framework configuration looks like. And let me remove this at present, save it, and refresh this. This is the customer service dashboard, right? This is the dashboard that I was talking about. And you can see there are things, it has all the capabilities, nice show and all the grids of contacts and everything that you need to access. But the problem is it does not have any direct channels inside this. For any soft phone integration or any channel integration, you require to again switch the application. And that becomes a painful activity because there is no direct way to do it. Now with this channel integration framework, which you can go ahead on app source and download it very simply, you need to provide only these capabilities, these information. The name, which is just the name of the phone for the record, or name of the communication widget. The label is how you want the agent to see that particular widget. This is the channel URL. It is running on Azure. It is not running in the organization. This channel is actually, this is widget soft phone, is a JavaScript soft phone written using Twilio APIs in the background. We just built it as a demo purpose. This will be available for public reference. It's not a production soft phone or anything. It's just to show how the APIs are used. And this is hosted on Azure, which means that it can be hosted absolutely anywhere. It's nothing, there is no tight coupling between Dynamics CRM and this. And then enable outbound communication where you want agents to be able to make calls or not, which is a premium scenario in sales. And then I will come back to channel order, and trusted domains are something that if this particular domain actually has some internal redirection or some other trusted domains which is interacting with, then this is where you provide it. Now you can go ahead and you can select the unified interface apps for the channel. I want you to have a look at this. This is without channel. I go ahead and I pray to Murphy and I do this. If you don't select any roles, it is available to everyone. So you can actually go ahead and create different roles for your chat agent, phone agent, and stuff, and you can keep on adding providers. You can add multiple providers by clicking on new. So I go ahead, save it. This is good, saved. I refresh this. I see a small sliver coming up here at the side. I don't know what it is. Let me expand it. Oh, this is a soft phone. This is a soft phone which is rendered from that URL, which literally 2 minutes of configuration. That is the effort it requires to set up a new organization if you have your soft phone ready. That is where the partners and the system integrators, they have to have a soft phone ready. If they have to have a soft phone ready, this literally takes 2 minutes to turn on any of the organizations. That is what I call 2 minutes to wow. So I hope it works. Let me try to make a call. So a call is coming, if you see, I'm calling from my phone. And it is automatically able to find out who is Jim, and which means that it performed a search. And also it did an automatically screen pop inside the unified interface area. So the agent which receives the call is able to see the contact automatically loaded. And the Jim says, hey, Kumar, I am having problems with my device, is overheating, same issue. And I say that, okay, sir, we are looking at it. Let me go ahead and create a case and escalate it to the tier 2 agent. And I'll create a case for Jim. And so I clicked on a button on the soft phone side, it automatically went ahead and created a case, but it has not saved it. Just to show you how these two can exist in separate domains. Like I can keep on doing things here without even disturbing the call. I go ahead and put a case title just for some summary, device overheating, and I save it. I hope it works. It's saved. Great. Now what I was showing you, this is the automatically a case has been created here with some pre-populated data. If you see the phone and the device is overheating, I did not enter it. Automatically came from the call nodes, which means that you are passing data from your soft phone area to unified interface area or Dynamics 365. This is the cross interaction that we have provided you APIs to do with. Now agent can go ahead and look at what are the different KB which I was talking about. Device overheating in the same pane. I can go ahead and look at this while I'm talking. I can just see this. There are ways we have built which you can send this KB back to the phone. If you have a chat channel, you can send the KB back to the system. There will be events to do that. In the meantime, the agent can also go ahead and look for more details like contacts and stuff without disturbing the call. So you do not need to refresh things. You do not need to. This is totally isolated, sandboxed channel communication widget that you have. I go ahead and I hang up, and automatically an activity is created and a case has been created. It is correlated. I go ahead and see this activity, and this activity is regarding a particular case. It went on for something about 2 minutes. Who is the call from? Who was the call to? And this is just a description. I can keep on increasing things or adding some postscripts. Now this is a very simple demo, but it's very powerful in the sense that it gives you an idea of what it can do. As a channel provider or as a partner, you can go ahead and start building these communication widgets which give you access to so many capabilities. And let's say I told you that the case has been created and it has been said maybe assigned to a tier 2 agent. Okay, anyone wants to be interactive here? Anyone wants to, let's say, participate and get a phone call? But then you will have to give me your phone number. No? I'll call myself. So the agent, the scenario is this is tier 2 agent who goes to the system and just does a click to call here, and I hope it receives signals and others are working. It's trying at least. I got a phone. So this is where you transcend the boundaries. So the activity was also created in this. This is where you transcend the boundaries and you actually reach the customers in the choice, and the agent does not need to switch between application, at least particularly the channel providers. You can have now phone calls, chat, any kind of things being done inside the same immersive CSH in the thin client, in the browser. This is all running in the browser. Now, all talk. Let me go back to my presentation and give you a very brief overview of what are the different capabilities. Just for the sake of because you understood the most of the demo part. The current capability is you are hosting your widget in the fixed panel at the side. In the right side, we have provided you a panel kind of thing where you can host your widget. The widget again is actually located running inside a third-party cloud. It can run in your cloud, it can run in a partner cloud or Azure or anyone else. The width of the panel can be changed, but height cannot be changed at present. The panel can be collapsed, expanded manually. So as you saw, when the call came, the panel actually expanded. Future capabilities are, we are trying to build more modes like tear down mode so that you can change the height as well. You can change dimensions, and you can also change the location and layout where those tear downs come. So these will come in the future versions. The capability is single sign-on. You do not, if you are federated with Azure AD, if your app is federated with Azure AD, you do not need to sign on. You can use Dynamics 365 login credentials to sign on directly. If you are not using it, you can provide your own login landing page. So that both capabilities are done. You can do a search inside CRM. As you saw, when the call came, actually it was my phone number, but my phone number got converted into a Jim Glynn, which I was showing here, which means that based on that phone number, I was able to perform a search. If the search is not met, let's say you don't find a record, then what we do is, we do at present return you records for multiple match, but we do not do like navigate to that particular multiple match URL. But you can go ahead and select and particularly pop up who are the different possible users that are calling you. The future capability is we will provide you the search page directly to be opened in case there are no matches or there are multiple matches, so that you can go ahead and correlate one of the users. So I showed you a known customer scenario because that system knows my phone number. But there are scenarios where the system, an unknown user can call you. In that case, what will happen is, agent can still pick up the phone. The screen pop won't happen because there is no known person, but agent can go ahead and create a new account. As soon as they create an account, they can associate it with that particular call. And after that, every association will work as the way of a known user. All the APIs are present. You can perform CRM operations. I kept search and CRM operations separately because I wanted to focus on CRUD here. You can open different forms. You can do all those CRUD operations like create, retrieve, delete, all those XRM APIs that we had. You can perform from here as well. You can get the current environment, and this is important so that your phone is aware of which page at present the user is, so that if you want to map something, for example, you want to associate a contact in an unknown call scenario, you can get the current environment and you can associate to that particular contact. We provide you navigation events as well. As agent moves from one page to another, the phone is aware that the agent has navigated. So in case you have went to a contact grid and you have picked up a particular contact, the phone will be told that, hey, this particular contact has been picked, and you can associate it with programmatically without agent taking any action. Of course, the knowledge interactions are there. There will be, I showed you the relevance case search with the case form, but you can also send KB back to the widget. So particularly for chat scenarios, it is very important that you can just click on that and send it back to the widget so that the chat it is sent inside the chat session. We have built the capability to click to act, and I call it click to act, not click to dial, because the whole framework itself is channel agnostic. It does not care whether you are phone, you are SMS, you are chat, you are IoT, you are social, email. These APIs assist you to integrate any channels which are present now in the world, and possibly they will be present in future with this Dynamics 365. But for the phone that the Dynamics CRM automatically understands, we have an attribute called phone. We will enable this by default once you enable that particular In the configuration, when you select that particular app for channel integration, we'll enable the phone to be automatically enabled. What is next? We are providing you new modes. At present, it is only a docked mode and collapsed mode, as you saw. Like it's only a side panel is fixed width, fixed height, and it's docked always. We will provide you new modes like tear down and minimized, so that you take lesser real estate when the call is going on, if you want to. Session management, we'll introduce for multi-sessions, we'll introduce the concept of session management that you can orchestrate using this. Multiple providers, as of now, this whole framework does not understand the concept of multiple providers for the same, simultaneously for the same agent. So let's say you have a chat provider and the phone provider, and you want the agent to work with those two providers at the same time. That concept is not there in the framework, but we are trying to build it. In the same time, what you can do is you can solve that problem in two ways. You can either have dedicated chat department and phone department and SMS department, or however you want to do it, or partners can build multi-channel capability phones. So if they build multi-channel capability communication widgets, that's an area where they can allow agents to act on blended channels. And API enhancements, that is something that will keep coming. And if you are present in this room, give a small round of applause to yourself. Thank you, guys. AMC, Avaya, Aptess, Booker Sutter, CafeX, Clarity Connect, 5.9, Ingenious, Computer Talk, Nolarity, and Tenfold. These guys participated in our private preview, and they provide enormous feedback. Three of them, 5.9, Avtex, and AMC, have very nice integration videos demonstrated, and they were played at the customer service booth if you visited them. I say that the public preview is coming soon. Do you want to participate? Is the question. Yes. Good, great. How soon is the public preview coming? That's why that guy was pinging me. He was telling me that the public preview is live, I think, now. Yes. Congratulations. Thank you. Go to the experience.dynamics.com, go to that portal, and insider portal. If you're not a participant, register to that portal, and you will have the access to the public preview to this program. And I'll just take a pause for you to ask any questions you want. Great. I'm sorry, I could not catch you there. Can you?
Is there any chance that you have Microsoft Teams softphone functionality in Dynamics?
Okay, so there, if you, there was a session on omnichannel. We have built a first-party chat story. We are providing a chat which actually is built over the same stack as Microsoft Teams. And there will be a similar soft phone. And that soft phone is also, or similar chat widget. That chat widget will be also be rendered in the same manner that partner communication widgets will be rendered. Did I answer your question? So we have a communication widget, we have a chat-based infrastructure from Microsoft based on Teams stack. No, none. We don't have any phone, and at present that is not, I'm not aware of any plans to build that. What demo you saw, it is just a soft phone built using Twilio APIs. We deliberately picked an open API infrastructures to prove out the concept that it can be built with anyone. We deliberately hosted in Azure websites to prove out the concept that it can be hosted outside Dynamics CRM orgs. So it's just a proof of concept here, and it just has all the samples of all the APIs that we have provided, so that when you have to build something, you just go ahead, look at that and see how we are doing, and you can emulate that. Any other questions, guys? Brilliant, I love it when. So I think, yes, please. Thin client? For the thin client? It is definitely on the roadmap. We want to build similar capabilities inside this, but I don't have any dates around that at present. Okay, it is definitely on the roadmap.
Second question, the channel integration framework, is the platform all JavaScript?
Yes. So very quickly, let us do a very quick recap of what it is. Are you able to see? No. The recap of it provides a set of APIs, methods, events, and protocols that enables developers and partners to build immersive communication experiences, such as the third-party communication widgets running on channel provider and partner cloud can interact with Dynamics 365. That's the basic definitions. It also provides you admin experiences to configure the communication widgets. And once you have that, let me just quickly give you a summary of what are the different value propositions that you just saw, what you can achieve with this. Customers can bring their own channel providers. There is no tight coupling between the channel provider and Dynamics 365 anymore. You can go ahead and build anything that you want. It gives enough space for customers to pick their channels freely, and it also gives the partners and system integrators the opportunity to innovate. It just building on the tech intensity argument that Satya made in his keynote, that there is a tech adoption and there is a tech building. So this is where you can adopt this technology and you can build over this tech. It is standardized. You do not need to take all those unstandardized route, like writing their adapters, writing plugins to the browsers, and doing certain DOM manipulations just to get your widget there, which you would not be supported by the platform. It is immersive, as I saw. You do not need, it's used always inside that particular browser. It is sandboxed. I kept navigating on my from contact grid to case, form, and stuff, and moved from knowledge base to case. Nothing happened on the on the phone side. The phone kept on going on, and that is how it is sandboxed. I showed you screen pops and click to chat and dial as well. You can click to SMS for that case. All can be built in using this framework. The total cost of operations, particularly for organizations which want simple scenarios of, they do not have elaborate line of business application or very diverse and complex workflows, it brings down the total cost of operations big time due to multiple reasons. The whole development cycle is lower. There is a freedom to switch between providers. There is no adapter required, no on-prem deployment. It is platform and browser independent. In the public preview, it supports Chrome and Edge. Based on the feedback, we'll plan it for Internet Explorer as well. It's seamless upgrades of telephony services of softphone, which means, and this is a very important feature, when you go and start building this particular capability or your telephony software or communication widget, you can just start with the minimal, maybe build a demo soft phone or demo communication widget, and then keep on augmenting it and updating on your URL, which you are hosting in your control. You do not need to change anything on Dynamics 365. So if you have a multi-tenant soft phone or multi-tenant communication widget, you can build one, you can distribute it to deploy it in different organizations that you serve, and you can keep on updating it without even impacting any of your customers. So that is how it helps in the servicing and upgrades of where we are totally decoupled from Dynamics 365 and the service provider and the channel provider. And it goes a big way in the whole making the development cycle better and faster adoption. Of course, the faster go lives, how do we assist you? We have provided the standard APIs. They are backward compatible onwards from public preview. If there are any breaking changes, we'll let you know as soon as possible. Working samples, this sample that is working, it's no more just a demo, dump code. You can go ahead and do a plug and play configuration, build it once, go ahead and plug into the system, it works in 2 minutes literally. Customize for your business, you can go ahead, keep on customizing for your own user experience. What you do inside that particular widget is none of our concern. Just ensure that it is not too heavy so that it starts impacting the performance of the system. Make it lightweight, make it focused on the agent experience and the KPIs. Bring your own line of business workflows. If you want the system integrators particularly, they can go ahead and customize it for the customers they address to. They can even write agent scripts for that case. You can retain your own brand identity by creating your own iconography inside that. So you're able to now show, let's say, your own icons inside that particular area. And agents are aware that what they are doing. You can programmatically control all the experiences and what are the experiences that come in future. And integrate with any app and any channel. And what I mean by any app is, as long as you have unified interface app, you need to write the widget once. You take that URL in the place where I entered customer service hub in the demo, you remember? In that you can actually go and select different apps. You enable it for sales, it will be available for sales. You enable it for any others, it will be available for that. So if you have those scenarios, you can use that as well. That's where I end this session. I am still available for any questions, and please feel free to, please do evaluate. And let me give again a very big thank you for joining this session. You came, it means that you are interested, and I'm gratified. Thank you, guys.